it's already starting to work. As far as the uses go for pointed dripstone, it's really not much. I mean, you can make the dripstone block, you can make a lava farm with a pointed dripstone, and you can make more dripstone with water, but besides that, it's really not many uses for it. But just having one is really good enough. And now that we've taken care of that, it's time to go take care of the next farm. And that is, of course, the cactus farm. What up, my roomies, and welcome back to the technical guide to Minecraft. And yeah, we're back in the gold farm, mostly because I need to repair my stuff, my elytra, my shoes, and yeah, basically everything. All the while, I'm also trying to get some more gold for no other reason other than just to get more gold. Yeah, but now that we took care of repairing our tools, we need to go fly over to a desert and go get some cactus as well as sand. So be right back. Does this small desert have any cactus? Yes, it does. A couple. I'm also going to need to get our shovel out. I have completely forgotten that I also have to repair my shovel because it's been a while. Yeah, it's good enough. Don't know if this is going to be enough cactus. It's not that it's a big build. I'm thinking that we'll probably just get a stack just in case. As far as sand goes, we'll also get a stack. So let's just grab this real quick. That's enough. No, there's a village here. Oh yeah, these villages will definitely be useful in the build that's coming up soon. I'll keep that in mind. Now that we've got all of the cactus, it's time to go over it. And to do that, welcome to KiguCorp, where safety is a concern. Now over here we have just a humble cactus, where when on top of a sand block will grow, although albeit a bit slowly. If we were to speed up time real quick, you can see that the cactus will grow up to 3 blocks. And to harvest it manually, all you got to do is hit the bottom block. From 1 cactus, we got 2 more. So you could easily make a farm with just making a manual farm. But of course, we don't want to make a manual farm. We want to automate it so that we don't have to do the work that we don't need to do. Now, the interesting thing is that when there is a block or some sort of item that's right next to the cactus, it'll immediately break. So if I were to try to put a cactus right on top, I cannot. And if a cactus were to grow, it'll just keep breaking. And we could use this mechanic to our advantage. So right over here, we have ourselves a kind of automated system. Now, of course, this isn't enclosed because I want to demonstrate, but when we make the actual farm itself, it will be enclosed. You don't have to worry about seeing loose cacti. So right over here, we have a hopper minecart, which of course represents the ambrosia storage center right underneath the sand block. And the sand block has a cactus on top of it. So whenever it grows, the cactus block will get broken because of these fence posts, and then will get sucked up by the hopper minecart. But here's the thing, we're thinking about making the build short, and this is way too tall. Well, there's an interesting property when it comes to sand and other gravity blocks in general, because gravity blocks can fall on top of entities. And because a minecart is an entity, and that also includes hopper minecarts, gravity blocks can easily fall right on top, thus making the farm a lot more compact. So instead of having this whole setup where it's 3 high, we could have a setup that's 2 high, which will fit right in with the aesthetic of the Ambrosia's storage center. And setting this up is actually quite simple. All you gotta do is put down whatever storage thing you have, lay a rail on top, then put the sand right on top of that. And because there's a rail here, the sand won't fall. Then from here, put down your hopper minecart, destroy the rail, and it'll just fall right on top. The neat part about this is that because this is a block, you can then build around it. Thus the whole thing becomes encased. Then from here, you just grab your cactus, grab your fence post, and just build around it. That whole thing took like 5 seconds. It's really that simple. Now, there's an important thing to note when it comes to cactus farms, is that due to the destructive nature of cacti, whenever an item goes on top of a cactus, it'll get destroyed. And it doesn't matter what kind of item it is, it could be the max protection on a netherite armor, and it'll still get destroyed. As a result, because cactus does break whenever it grows, there's a chance for it to land on top of itself and also get destroyed. And it doesn't matter if this is a manual farm or not, cactus can break on top of itself, as you saw right there. This is the unfortunate side of making cactus farms, is that it'll never be completely lossless because of the nature of how cactus works. But because we can AFK at this farm and that cacti just basically grows itself, having a couple of cacti being lost because of itself is really not an issue. For those that want to play around with this, there's going to be a world download and a schematic in the description below. And if this video gets over 50 likes, I'll also make a block by block tutorial on the cactus farm. So with that in mind, let's head back to the technical guide world and get to it. Quick interruption. I noticed that only 12% of you are actually subscribed to this channel. Watching this long, I must be doing something right, so if you like this video, hit that like button and please subscribe to this channel. Any support helps, and these videos take a bit long to make. Thank you so much, and back to the video. I guess while we're here, we'll also grab some gunpowder because we're starting to run low on rockets, or at least my kind of rockets anyway. Oh yeah, this will definitely be enough to replenish my supply. But that's all the gunpowder in this creeper farm. I definitely need to make an upgraded version later on. But for now, let's head back to Ambrosia and start building the cactus farm. I actually like how well this turned out. I was kind of worried that because of its width that it would be a problem, but no, it kind of just fits. Not only that, but along with the rest of the aesthetics, it also follows the short, tall rule, this being short after the tall. But I'm thinking that after this one, we're gonna keep it short because even though this whole thing is in a pattern, this is also supposed to be like the, oh geez, why every time when I'm doing a video you want to look at me? This is supposed to be like the entranceway to the Ambrosia storage center. And having a tall building right in front just seems kind of weird, I think. So on the next one, we're gonna break the pattern and keep it short. That way, when the player first enters this area, it'll be short, then tall. That way there's like a sort of depth with the look, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me, so we're gonna do it that way. But yes, in terms of it working, as you just saw right over there, that it is in fact working. And on the bottom, just to make sure that we collect everything, because there is a chance that it'll fall to the side and not get sucked up by the hopper minecart, that we put in a triple wide hopper minecart just to make sure that we cover our bases. Now, a common question I get asked whenever I do this on stream is, why don't I just have like a dedicated area and build a large farm? Well, my rationale is actually a lot more smooth brain than you might give me credit for. There are two mindsets when it comes to making farms. There's the one that I get asked a lot, and that's making really large farms, which saves on time but requires a lot of space, or the one that I prefer when it comes to game tick farms, because we don't necessarily need a lot at once, is creating small farms that require time. Given enough time, all farms are productive. It's just the scale of how productive they are. Given enough time, all farms will create enough of whatever you really need. So while large farms get everything to the person at once, small farms will get everything to the person eventually. Plus, these farms can be run really anytime you want to. All you gotta do is leave your character in the spot for the farms to run. So you can leave this on while you're working, while you're taking a poop, or anything else really. Point being, all farms are productive over time. Now eventually, of course, we'll revisit the cactus farm because I have something else in mind for this. But for now, for people that need cacti, which really there is not many uses for, this is going to be good enough for our purposes. But now that we're done with the cactus farm, it's time to go to the last of the game tick farms, and that is of course the villager crop farms.